on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. Nadeska here with DJ Akademiks and Wayno. What's good?
Good morning. What's up, Ak?
What's going on with y'all, man? I am cool. How are y'all?
I just woke him up from a nap in the green room. That was my bad. He had just
You just woke me up from a fucking nap on set.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Sorry, Ak.
Yeah, you got Michael Jordan eyes. You know how Michael Jordan got the kind of bloodshot, yellowy eyes? That's how your eyes look this morning.
Whatever. Really? Wayno has enough energy for both of us every morning.
Yes, I do.
So
every
we're
morning.
good. We are good. All right, let's
I'll
get
it together by the first topic.
Let's do it.
This is the first topic. You ready? All right, today we're going to start with Lil WAP. Upset at Gucci Mane and Alamo Records, he wants out of his deal, so he hopped on the internet, of course, to address them. Let's take a look.
Oh God, nigga not mad, nigga not none of that shit, bro. Just let me out this weak ass contract, bro. Period, bro. Go up, let me out this weak ass management deal. Alamo, get y'all shit together, bro, and let me out that contract if y'all don't. Period.
Always questionable to hop on the internet and call people out, especially someone like Gucci, who's so well respected and powerful. So he says Gucci's getting 20% off his contract and he's not doing anything for him. So before we get too deep into this, just Lil WAP's career in the past year, do you guys feel like he's been putting in enough effort in himself to be on the internet doing this?
I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't know shit about Lil WAP. I really don't know anything about him, but I do know about contracts and I know about frustrations and I know about confusion, right? And whenever I see something like this, it's one of two things, right? So a lot of people view that 20% as like, in a lot of different ways. Gucci Mane could legitimize his 20% just by even co-signing him.
Right.
Like he could literally say like, yo, just me lending my presence of you being affiliated with me is worth that. Because if you start breaking it down in numbers, it probably is going to equal out because nobody gets paid hourly here, right? Now, what I do, another way I look at it is this. Lil WAP could have been reaching out the way we expect him to and not being able to get something back. That's the only reason why I could see somebody doing this shit on social media because it doesn't make sense to do it any other way.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? We never know the details of what's happening, but Asian Doll, who also has a relationship with Gucci, signed with him. She got on the internet and said basically like, look, it's easy to reach Gucci. Just call him, he'll always answer, so it's crazy for you to do this. And she also said basically he spent all of his money and now he's broke and that's why he's frustrated. Again, just what she said, because we don't know the details, but
that's what a lot of rappers do.
Well, I believe he also said like, he got like an ice cream tat on his face just like Gucci. Lil WAP.
Wait, you serious? He got an ice cream tat on his face?
I think he mentioned it. Like, I don't study his face like that, but he mentioned that he's inspired by Gucci. He tattooed the signature ice cream cone on his face too. His name is fucking Lil WAP, bro. Okay? He need to send a DM. He should have did a million different things before he got online calling out Gucci. Okay? And I get his frustration, but I look at a lot of what he's saying, and I look at what I believe is entitlement. You know what I mean? When niggas talking about niggas getting 20% off me, I don't think this nigga's probably recouped a dime in his career from what was given to him in advance.
Right.
What money are you talking about? What 20%? Your label's probably in the hole. Like, you're not profitable at this point. You have 0 songs on Billboard. Don't think everybody's making a lot of money off you. If anything, they're spending money on you. So I looked at that and I was like, I don't get that. But I think he might also have the understanding of a label and signing to someone fucked up. It ain't Gucci's responsibility to fucking just get you hot. Like, people look at what like Rick Ross and how he extends himself over and beyond for like, we saw Meek Mill, of course, Wale and his entire staff. Shouldn't even know Marion, right?
Yeah.
But people look at all that and say, yo, well, if I'm signing to a rapper, that's part of the package. You're gonna use your brand, your likeness to really be a walking billboard for me. And I don't think that needs to be the case. Gucci, who's been instrumental in so many different rappers' careers coming out of Atlanta, not only a co-sign, but really helping them kind of getting their foot in the game. That's his value. Right. You get me? So I look at this and I just thought it was a little bit classless.
Has Lil WAP been releasing music at least? Has he been trying on his own? And we're not talking about like label-supported albums, just music. You can still release music anytime.
Yeah, well, I seen that he was trying, but again, without, and even here we're speculating. So
right.
To his credit, even though we might disagree with how he's doing it, we don't know the ins and out of like everything behind the scenes with him. But he looks like he's been trying. However, I just feel like you can't. The label isn't a bailout option these days. It's you have to help yourself. You get me? They're a bank.
And I always say this: it's not music friends, it's music business. I always say that. I think that a lot of these kids get caught up in what they think shit is based upon watching television and not really doing their homework. Because honestly, I don't think there's a problem with signing an artist depending on what your plan is, right? You can't go into this not having a plan. And a lot of them just think it's family. Like, for you to tattoo, first of all, there's no significance of an ice cream cone, like other than liking ice cream, to tattoo it on your face. Right. And I probably think that if Gucci Mane had to explain that in real context, it was probably a high move, right? Mm-hmm. Now, to do that and think that we're connected because we have the same ice cream tat, and then you sign a deal, probably based off that because you're like, oh, I looked up to him, I'm a real street nigga too.
But I would hope you could get in touch with a person if you copy their tattoo on your face, right?
But we don't know.
If it's true that they really can't get in touch and he has that tattoo, that's a little wild.
I mean, I know nothing about this man's character. I know nothing about his music. I'm just basing this all on.
Hold on, man. Why would you sign with a nigga you don't have his number? Like, how the fuck do I sign to you when I don't even got your phone number? Right. I mean, I probably saw you once, if I saw you at all. You get me? So it just bleeds a lot of like red flags that's thrown on this play. I don't know, man.
Another thing too though is I don't believe in keeping anything that doesn't want to be kept. So if that kid really wants out of his contract, let him go. Like, let him go, you know, because it makes no sense to hold up anybody's career. Like, now we talking about the other side. It makes no sense to hold up nobody's career. If he feels like he could do more for himself than Alamo or Gucci is doing for him, then let him go see that for himself.
But what happens if you sign a contract and, like Axe said, he's not profitable, the label hasn't made money, maybe they've spent money. How do you just dead a deal like that?
You know how much money, listen, labels could lose like $30 million a year and not even blink. So it's not, ultimately.
I don't know about Alamo.
Alamo is distributed through Interscope, so they probably have a great deal where they can cut their losses very early on. And I'm pretty sure that a guy like a Lil WAP didn't get a crazy advance or crazy life-changing money.
Well, and also if you sign an Alamo instead of like a Def Jam or directly to Interscope, like you understand that you're working with a smaller label that's supposed to be more hands-on, right, but you're not gonna get like these big-ass deals that you would probably get at other places, theoretically. But you know what I would really say to Lil WAP, and I usually say to most artists when they start complaining and bitching about their label not doing something for them, where's the record? Where's that one record that they're dropping the ball? Now, I've seen that. I've seen like, yo, because I've gotten that labels like, yo, this song's fire. Like, why are you guys not like pressing the button? Like, it's need to move.
Right.
But Lil WAP, I don't see the record.
Right.
So him working doesn't mean he's entitled to something if you don't have a record. Alamo is ready and willing to press the button on anything that Lil WAP got if he got a record.
Right.
So I don't think he got a record.
Hey, or a project worth putting out. So, like I said, if it's that bad, because for me, I'm not tolerating no disrespect. Once you start talking all that shit, yo, let me out this weak-ass contract, and you putting our personal business out to the public, get the fuck out of here. Because now let's see if you could, now you done threw yourself in the middle of the ocean, let's see if you can swim. It's that simple.
All right. We'll see what happens, right? Just speculating here. In some good news, Wayne finally confirmed that Carter V is dropping this week. He released a really cute trailer. Seems like he's in great spirits. Excited to share this with his fans. Let's take a look.
Anyway, hold on, come on, man. Yeah, y'all hung in there with me. So, I can't do nothing but thank y'all with all the love, and all the passion, and every ounce of anything I have left in my heart. It goes to y'all.
He said fans have him feeling like Tiger Woods with this comeback. Thought the trailer was really cute. You guys excited?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just ready for music, but I don't like the Tiger Woods analogy only because Tiger Woods came back and was trash. So, like, seriously, Tiger Woods didn't do as good as he used to do when he came back.
Well, about this album, Wayne said that he really hopes everyone enjoys it. If you don't love it, even if you don't like it, he just wants you to
enjoy it.
Listen and enjoy it, which is fair enough.
I love that Tiger Woods analogy.
Why?
Because when Tiger Woods came back, even though he wasn't peak Tiger, Tiger came back a whole different person than we left. The perception of him was different, and also he came back with something kind of to prove. And of course, he went through ups and downs. I mean, shit, he just won his.
We talking about Tiger coming back from cheating on his wife, right? That's what we talking about.
Yeah, but still come back to golf.
Yeah.
Right, and he didn't win for a long period of time. Shit, he just won like last weekend, and it's a big deal because you know what? People miss Tiger being Tiger. You get me? And Lil Wayne, people miss Lil Wayne with his musical dominance and him always giving us music. So I understand in that sense. Of course, he ain't cheat on no wife, man.
No, I'm not saying that, but Tiger did a lot of. I mean, Tiger Woods did a lot of clown shit too. That's why I did like the Tiger Woods analogy.
But in terms of greatness, I think it's cool, like in that type of sense. But I'm super excited. I'm not gonna lie. 6 months ago, I was not excited because number one, I didn't think it was coming out. Number two, I was very iffy on the music because I'm like, if he gives us some old shit, man, I don't know if I could still bop out to something that sound like it was produced in or made in like 2008 in 2018. But I think he's motivated enough, and I'm looking for something that kind of just recaps his last 7 years of him not being able to put out music, going through all this. I'm super excited. I feel like the culture is everyone's feel invested into this album.
Well, I'm not mad at him giving us 2008 skill level. If he has 2008 skill level, which was like Wayne's prime.
Skill level or sound?
Skill level, yes, skill level.
Well, what about sound? So what's that shit
I'm not
sound
saying,
like?
I didn't say sound. I'm talking about his skill level, meaning his
Lyrically,
metaphors,
yeah,
lyrically, how he delivers shit. I'm never mad at Wayne rapping for How I Love Him the Most, which was in 2007, 2008, around that time. So I'm not against that. Now, beats and shit being dated, I also don't want nothing that's too brand new. Like, I also don't want to hear him experimenting. I just want to hear Wayne be Wayne, and I don't want to compare this to Carter 4. I don't want to compare it to Carter 3. I think a lot of the each Carter project, he has like a distinction in how he approaches it to where like you can kind of separate them. You know, kind of like Jay-Z with his blueprints.
Right.
Like neither one of them sound alike, but it's still him. So I want to hear Wayne be Wayne, but not conform to what you have to do today.
Okay, I agree a little bit, but I also disagree. I mean, I don't want to hear Out of Touch Wayne. Like, you know, notoriously, Wayne, and some people could compare that same trait to like even Emma. Like, we thought they were out of touch, right? Like, for example, we didn't think Emma was on the internet like searching up what people thought. Yeah. And like with Wayne, Wayne was talking about some newer rappers like last year, and he was like, I didn't even know these were rappers. I didn't even know these were names. When he was mentioning Kodak Black and Lil Yachty, he didn't know who the fuck they were. Maybe he was capping, but still, he seemed a little out of touch. If we're getting the out of touch Wayne, that might be a little bit tone deaf to the pulse of what's going on in music.
I don't know if it even matters.
It don't matter.
It's just like he's been
I
through.
think it does
Remember how you were
matter.
saying when Jay was dropping 444, there's a certain level, there's certain things you wanted to hear from him. I guess that's how I feel about Wayne. I don't really care what he thinks about new rappers or how current he's on. I want to hear what he's been through. Like, I want to know what he's been feeling because we never get to see that.
No. It's not about new rappers. It's about how music has grown and how even the sound has evolved. You feel me? Like, let me tell you this. We're all rooting for Wayne. Mm-hmm. We love a great comeback story. This would be a tremendous comeback story. But if he sounds dated.
So you're talking about, again, not lyrics, you're talking about the actual sound of the music, right?
I feel like people will enjoy it for that nostalgic feel, but then they won't really live with it. And
I understand that, but he said that he's gone back and updated a lot of the songs, right? So we're hoping it's not going to be what you said. It doesn't sound like it was recorded.
But guess what? He don't have to do nothing of the pulse of today. What he needs to do is just be him. Like 444 was just Jay telling us about his perspective after he had accomplished so much. Yeah. Even with one thing, let's get one thing straight when it comes to Eminem and Kamikaze. Kamikaze is a very, very, very good album. It's really good, but you know what it took for him to do that? For him to just rap the way we like him to rap. He didn't have to stay on the pulse of what's today. Like, the only narrative of the pulse of what's today is people that's been talking about him. Other than that, he just was rapping, right? So with Wayne,
and responding to everything that people
Right, but
More relevant then.
Okay, but that's what I mean. I'm talking musically. He wasn't making songs to cater to a certain type of person. Now, what he was talking about, people could understand him because he was talking about shit that was relevant of every day. With Wayne, we don't need to hear him have the sound of today, or he doesn't have to have no beats that Lil Pump or Trippie Redd or none of
What
them
about
niggas
him
would
on the
rap on.
Swish track? That didn't sound like a Pump or a Trippie track, but it was good. You guys liked it, right?
I liked it.
I liked it on some nostalgic shit. But like in reality, that should definitely sound like it was 2013.
But so what?
But I still like it. So what? Listen, the way how I enjoy music, and maybe it's just me. And again, this is like high level critique. I love Wayne, right? But like, I could fuck with a lot of shit just for the nostalgia effect of it. Like, yo, damn, I remember that type of shit. But I'm not gonna live with it, which means 3 months from now, I'm not bumping that no more because it was just a little reminder of what I used to like, right? And I'm not talking about the records. I of course want him to talk about like what he's been through, but like he puts out generic records where he's just talking about whatever. I just want those to be a little bit updated or show some growth from what we've used to getting from him.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a bunch of silly ass crazy metaphors like he used to make. I'm not against that. I'm not against him. I'm not against Wayne being Wayne. What I don't want to see happen is this is not a rushed album, right? This is definitely not rushed. It's taking this long, right? So what I would like to see is just him be him, have his own space. Like when what was it? I think when Nas did Life Is Good, right? Not the more recent album Nasir, but when Nas did Life Is Good, it was so long from when he had released the album. He didn't conform and do shit of what was going on with everybody. He just did him.
That's a really perfect example.
I mean, like, he just
what did
did
you
him.
think about that album? Did you feel
Did you
like
hear that album?
Life Is Good was just like nostalgia and you only listened to it for a certain period of time?
I don't know if Aki's even heard that album.
No, of course I've heard it, but listen.
No. I want you to answer this question because I really think that's a good example.
Okay. So I guess it's a matter of perception, right?
It didn't sound like current rap.
Okay.
Right?
So for Nas fans, it was amazing. Do I think culture? I'm talking
What do you
beyond.
mean? When you keep saying culture, like what do you mean by that? You mean kids?
He's talking about kids, yeah.
Well, I mean kids, but like non-Wayne fans who are just expecting.
Is a non-Wayne fan waiting for this album though? Like, is that who it's for, or is it for the millions of fans that he has that supports what Wayne does?
So that's nostalgia then, in my opinion.
I mean, one thing we're not taking into account is that we haven't heard shit, right?
Yeah, of course.
We haven't heard anything. But what I'm saying is like, whenever somebody takes time off, they don't have to come into the game and do what's going on in the game to be accepted by the game. You need to be who the fuck we love.
I didn't say that way, no. What I'm saying is that I don't want him to just sound like it's 10 years ago.
Did you feel like Life Is Good sounded like it was too far in the past?
No, that was different. Wayne, listen, for the last, like, and people, you know what I mean? People won't be honest because we love Wayne and we're rooting for this.
No, I
comeback
totally
story.
understand your point.
But Wayne, in my opinion, after about 2011, 2010, and you could match it up, and you could probably even explain the way I would accept this explanation that, hey, some lazy songs / lazy punchlines matched up with him not being able to release music and probably the best music he could because of his contract disputes. But people kind of start having that weariness of, okay, we get it. You rap about these things. Subject matter kept staying the same. Now, again, I'm agreeing with you. I'm hoping this is gonna be the deepest album thus far. Right. But still, some of the cliche fallbacks that he would normally do, I'm just hoping that that's updated. Okay. You know, some of the cliche shit that people could expect from Wayne after a while. I'm just saying, I hope we see a little growth. Okay. That's all. That's all. And I know it's hard to critique a nigga when we all won the album. I'm a super huge fan, and I can't wait to root for a comeback story.
Yeah.
But I got a little critique.
Fair enough, fair enough. He's just doing his job up here. But look, let's leave it at we're all super excited for this album. It's dropping the 28th on his birthday. So, of course, we're talking about this on Monday. But look, Logic is also dropping his new album, Young Sinatra 4, on Friday. Features from your boy Jaden Smith,
Yes.
Wale. He's got Wu-Tang on here. Look, the last project did super well. Logic's a superstar. He sells. He puts up numbers. What are you guys expecting from this? And Act, do you want to give us some sales predictions? Because you love some numbers.
Yes.
Well, I'm surprised he ain't got Jordan Lucas on this joint. What's going on over here, man? No. Well, actually, I'm really excited to listen to what he got to say. First of all, in terms of numbers, I'll get that out of the way early. I think he's definitely going to do over 200 and something, probably 300. I think that 300 range is where Logic is right now. If he does over 400, I'd be a little surprised, but that's good for him. Now, in terms of the album, the last album was Everybody, right?
He dropped a mixtape this year, right? He did.
There was a mixtape,
Yeah.
Bobby Tarantino something.
He did like
I forgot what
270
number.
something on that.
Yeah. No, and he always does great, like that type of shit, right? In terms of numbers and shit. But content-wise, I felt Everybody got a good amount of praise from, like, of course, his core. The Rat Pack loves him. But a lot of people looked at it content-wise that's the separation between Logic fans and the rest of hip-hop. People didn't get it. Like this nigga was rapping about a struggle that nobody got. The biracial struggle is really, again, people didn't get it.
I thought you guys were so disrespectful with that last year, by the way. Just to be like, oh, because I'm not mixed race, your struggle's not real is kind of bullshit, to be honest.
But
I get it. The majority of fans weren't accepting, but I felt like you guys were very disrespectful about it on the show. Dismissive, that's the word I was looking for.
That was the
That
album.
nigga was wildin', man.
But that was
that nigga Logic was wildin', man.
but I mean, if you listen to Logic's first album, Under Pressure, I think that's the name of it, the first album. He rapped about a lot of shit, like some hood shit. He rapped about a lot of hood shit. He rapped about like his sister going through relationship problems and him not being able to help her. He rapped about his relationship with his dad. Maybe he wants to broaden his audience, or he figured out exactly who his audience is and wanted to speak directly to him, which I'm never mad at. In terms of Logic, I do kind of understand sometimes where like certain things that's not relatable to you.
Yeah.
You can be thrown off by it a bit, but it doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah, it's just like you can't change who you are and your journey to create a fake struggle that people can identify with, right?
Well, if again we're making predictions, right? Because we ain't hearing music yet. I'm looking at this track listing, right? Second track is a track called Everybody Dies. I'm thinking that is somehow in relation to his last project, his last album, of course. And just even going through, I mean, he got joined with Wu-Tang. It feels like he might be making a pivot. And I don't know if it's I'm not saying he's going in a bad direction or whatever. He might just be taking a different stance than what we're used to, the same type of content. Nobody's ever questioned if this kid could rap. He could rap, right? But sometimes people feel like they don't identify with the content or can't get behind the message that his music kind of conveys, right? Or at least like empathize with it, like, yeah, we get it.
Okay,
you get me?
That's why I always ask you, because it's like, I hear you, but then when like, the people, that's why I always say, what people we talking about? Like, seriously.
Beyond his fan base.
What people?
Anybody who's not a Rat Pack.
All right, so look, that last song that he had, the shit that he did he do it at the Grammys or something? The song about suicide.
Yeah.
Right? That went beyond his fan base, right? That went beyond his fan base, because me personally, I've never felt like I wanted to kill myself, but I had a friend who's killed himself. So it was a piece that resonated with me. So even, I think he's just making music that's just affecting the world more than just your casual dude that just likes rap music.
It's not something Act's gonna like turn on at 7 in the morning when he comes in here.
No,
Like,
absolutely.
That's the thing.
Absolutely.
I feel
Let me
that's
try
a lot
to
of time
explain
your
the point a
barometer.
little more clear, right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna be very blunt, so I'm gonna apologize if it seems kind of insensitive.
Don't apologize.
Logic is one of them rappers that niggas don't really fuck. Like, he got a big fan base, but like the underbelly of hip hop, that core, they don't really fuck with and accept. Like, people will mention every rapper when you're talking about rappers who could rap, and a lot of times his name will be conveniently left out. You know why? Big audience, he sells a lot, but niggas don't fuck with him like that. For whatever reason, it could be.
I can
it could
tell
be
you the
because
reason. He looks more
looks
white than he's black. He looks
Okay,
more white
all
than
right,
he does
we're
black.
calling spades a spade. Okay, I like this
Absolutely.
conversation so far. What I think, you know what I mean, and I think he's had this struggle throughout the projects, is kind of like he's kind of thrown it out there like, yo, yeah, I have these different struggles, just like you guys have your struggles that you guys go through, right? If I'm just looking at this album, and again, I'm just shooting from the hip, right? You got Wu-Tang on the album. The last album where he was talking about I'm black, I'm white, I'm white.
That's
he's
the
saying,
disrespect I was talking about.
and that's what he was really saying, though. What do you
Okay,
mean?
all right.
Anyway, but he's saying everybody dies. I'm thinking he might be taking a turn to probably get that respect from the people who I feel like don't respect him.
And let's say you were one of those people, not one of the core fans. What could he do on this album? The culture. What could he do on this album that would change your perception? Features, track list, whatever, but what is it that would change your mind, Akademiks?
I don't know. I think the content, just him not going forward with this.
Not talking about being mixed race. If you
Yeah,
just deleted
man.
that from the project.
Listen, we heard it already. We heard it already. like to be honest, you signed a $30 million record deal or whatever it was like. You signed some big ass deal. You're doing really well. I just don't want to hear that struggle anymore. But I understand that that's a plight that you really do go through. For this album, I want to hear an update, really. You get me? Like, he's gone through some personal issues. Him and his wife, they got divorced. And, you know, like, he's in a different space in his career where now, like, he's not the dude just trying to make it. He's a guy who has made it and probably still has his chip on the shoulder because he still, of course, wants that respect.
Right.
But now he gets to earn that respect by being alongside and being on tracks with Wu-Tang and everybody else and kind of showing people, yo, the greats that you guys love and you endear, I got their respect too. You know, because sometimes like the people who the rappers you like respect may not be the who you respect.
Right.
So
Well,
I don't
I'll
know.
say this. At least he's not entitled, right? He doesn't walk around angry with a chip on his shoulder like
He's
some
very
people.
nice
great guy,
Like
man.
some people who I won't name, even if people give him shit. So shout out to Logic. So 2 dope albums. Hopefully
I'm
dropping
here for Iconic with Jaden Smith. I see Jaden Smith and I press play.
Anywhere he sees Jaden, he's
I
here
press
for
play.
it, yo. So hilarious.
By the way, does he do interviews? He should come up to Everyday Struggle. I like when he speaks. He explains his shit very well.
The only reason rappers don't want to come up here usually is because of you, Act. So yeah, if you're extending an invite, Logic,
Send him a DM.
Logic, please, anytime. You're welcome. We'd love to have you. up
Rat
here.
Pack, hit him up. I
Rat
would
Pack.
love to have him.
Let's do it.
All right, so we got a lot of fan questions today, but first let's get into some quick hits. First, starting with some more Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. So according to Page 6 and Jason Lee of Hollywood Unlocked, direct sources are saying that Nicki forced Future to remove his vocals from Cardi B's Drip. You know, Migos is featured on that. It's a big track, but apparently Future was on the original version. Nicki allegedly told Future that if he stayed on it, he was not going to be on tour with her. So their tour did get postponed. Going to be rescheduled, allegedly. Let's see. What do you guys think about this? Cardi has been saying that someone has been behind the scenes trying to stop her bags.
I think this is wild.
Well,
I think this is so wild.
Let's start off. Do you believe it?
I don't know. I mean,
Just
it's
gut
kind of no. I don't know because
does
I
it
can
sound
see that-
far-fetched to you?
it doesn't sound far-fetched.
Okay.
It doesn't sound far-fetched, but it's like you got her saying, "I would never stop anybody's bread," and then her saying, "You have," and then we don't know unless we hear Future on this shit. That's what's going to really confirm it. Like if we could get the version with Future on it.
That's out.
Is out?
It's out. Well, I mean, the song, the same night that song dropped, the reference track, so to speak, dropped.
Right.
Right? So,
I'd be out the loop
I
on
didn't
mad
know
of
that
this
either,
shit.
no.
Yeah,
bruh.
so the song Drip, right? Like if you listen to it, the shit sound like a Migos B studio like song.
This
You
is
get
exactly
me?
what you said about motorsport.
No,
It's
no,
like a trend here.
no, for real though. Like you could imagine Cardi B walks in like, oh shit, this is fire. I need it. Now, from what my understanding is, because you know, I mean, he got his sources. That's a reference track. Future is on it, right? Now, I'm not saying it was created as a reference track. It was a Migos track, right? Cardi's gonna take it. Okay, it's gonna be Cardi and Future. Nicki gets wind of that. No, you don't, nigga. You're not about to be on no track with Cardi that you're gonna be performing every night I bring you out on my tour. And honestly, so I do kind of believe it. I believe this rumor, and we could just say rumor at this point. I'm not even mad at Nicki. I'm not mad at Nicki because you know what? A lot of Nicki's, I don't say like skeletons or like being exposed or being pushed out the closet, but a lot of rappers do shit like this, right? The only reason why I believe Nicki's kind of getting this flack is because let's just pretend that Nicki and Cardi did not have a problem prior to a shoe being like flung at her head, right? Nicki, unlike most people who do shit like this, they like, if I don't like you and me and you're going on tour, don't do no fucking song with Wayno. That's normal. That's natural. You don't do no song with that nigga. And if I got power, you ain't coming on my. That's how shit goes. I've heard multiple examples of that happening. Right. So that's why I'm not killing Nicki for that.
Okay.
However, if y'all didn't have no problems and it's just you so paranoid and trying to secure your spot by boxing everybody out, that I believe is a problem.
So I feel what I do stand by is if I don't fuck with you, you can't get no money on my block. I say that all the time, and I mean that metaphorically. Like if I'm not rocking with you and I'm doing something over here, nah, you can't get money over here. Nah.
So wait.
But that comes from street rules.
No, I get it.
That shit come from street
rules.
So
yeah, we've heard this rumor for a long time. I just always wondered how, in theory, they would do that. So I get it. Future's on your tour, but how, can you always leverage that? Is it only if you're taking an artist on the road, or if you're doing another feature with them? Like, what are the situations that?
Again, we're speculating here, but this is why you watch Everyday Struggle. We own every day, okay? We might speculate tomorrow the opposite way.
And we might be wrong. Shit, yeah.
But still, check it out, right?
Okay.
It's about leverage. Atlantic did the same thing, and this is kind of like confirmed though. Atlantic did the same thing to Nicki, right? Or Cardi did the same thing to Nicki when she said, I don't like this chick or whatever. I don't like that she's dissing me on Motorsport. I'm gonna leave your label unless you motherfuckers don't allow your artist who she wants to collab with, Boosie, Gotti, and Uzi. If y'all clear a record, I'm not fucking with y'all. So of course records didn't get cleared. So Nicki then using her leverage, I'm not surprised if she says, the only thing is, for Future, if I'm Future, I'm a boss. I love you, Nicki, but you can't tell me what to do. I'm too big of an artist at this point. I'm not no rookie in the game.
Right.
If I was like maybe if I was 6'9" or something. Like, yeah, you're hot, but bro, it's your first rodeo.
Right.
Future, you've been in this game for so long, and I do think Future has to play that politics and play the middle, because he probably don't give a fuck about the Cardi.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, like, everything you're saying is true about him, but then if you already have this tour deal signed with her and you're in his position, you would still say fuck it, just cancel the tour or take me off.
And that's another thing, because just looking at how I view Future, again, just how I view Future. A couple years ago, there was a story about Future not performing at BT Awards, and he blasted them at like an after party by saying, yo, they wanted me to do blah, blah, blah for me to perform. And I'm not doing that. And I thought, even though, you know, when you blast people publicly, you could burn some bridges, but I was like, that's a nigga who's standing up for his artistry. He's standing up for himself as an artist, and he's not gonna get bullied around by people trying to do things behind the scenes. And if that's the guy who I believe he is, I don't know where he stands with his Cardi and Nicki thing, but clearly he folded.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I say this, if something like this is true, I wish like fans would stop thinking that media pits these two women against each other, because it's clear that they've had underlying issues or issues with one another, and everybody always tries to put it like, yo, we just talking about what's relevant as a topic on a daily basis, and everybody tries to make it seem like we're the ones
Because a lot of it sounds like shit that we're making up, to be completely honest with you. I feel like for the average fan, you can't imagine how scummy the industry is. So a lot of it sounds like things that people are making up, unfortunately.
Well, people are just bad people. Like,
That's
you know,
a
like
fact.
there's people that just are bad people. No matter how much you like they fucking
There's a lot of bad people in the music industry.
There's a lot of bad people in the world, and some of them happen to just be your favorite artist, and some of them happen to just do fuck shit that you could never imagine. We just here to report it.
We're just here to report it.
Right.
Well, and also the thing about like those like industry like gossipy type of things is that you're not gonna hear either artist speak on it, right? Like I mean, it took a really long while before you heard Nicki really address the motorsport thing. Before, they were lying between their teeth. No, we love each other. No, or telling half-truths. There's no problem. I had to approve Cardi. There was a big problem, right? And then we heard an alternate version.
But back to the point you made a little bit earlier with the whole thing with Lil WAP and Gucci Mane. Maybe people viewed that as maybe classless. And sometimes you've had enough. Like, I feel like, you know, there's many things I've gone through that I wouldn't speak about. But like, if you put it out there, then you don't want to make yourself look bitter, because the most popular person wins no matter who has the facts.
Say it again, Wayno.
Yo, the most popular motherfucker wins. It's
Every
like
time.
you could be dead wrong. This person could be dead fucking wrong, but your perception of them because you love their music can be so high and this, that, and the third, and they be doing people dirty.
You have to understand their ability to manipulate the public.
Oh, it's
is so
insane.
important too. He's right. It doesn't. The
insane.
truth doesn't matter at all.
The truth doesn't matter when a lie.
In theory, it matters.
Right? And, yeah.
Not in this industry.
Not in the industry, but you know, if this is true, this is very unfortunate. Cause ultimately, I'm just with, yo, I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me. Let's just stay away from each other. We ain't got to be
there's
friends.
so many relationships caught up in the middle of it, unfortunately.
Right. And also, you know, and this is for the barbs. I'm about to stick up for y'all. Remember this, okay? Save this clip the next time you But on some real though, this is why I think Nicki has Queen Radio. I think Nicki has kind of built up, I don't want to say built up negative karma, but it feels like we're getting everybody who's sourcing shit and nothing is in her favor. This shit was on page 6. We're hearing all type of sources coming out. Same with the ticketing thing. Hey, she's not selling tickets, right? And she said on Queen Radio, hey, there's a smear campaign that I believe is stemming from Travis Scott's manager who used to work at Ticketmaster, and that's some orchestrated shit. For her, it's for her, or to me, Queen Radio is the correcting the narrative or changing the narrative. I just don't think
Controlling the narrative.
or control it. But I don't think it could be done, especially how Nicki approaches stuff. Like you know, like when she starts, even if she's telling the truth, say this isn't true, right? She goes on Queen Radio. First thing she's gonna say is cocksucker of the week is the nigga who leaked it. Okay? She's gonna seem like she's having a breakdown. People are gonna believe it even more. Nothing she could do.
Some people, right? Maybe there's some people in the public who are not going to believe it at all. But her core fan base, are you kidding me?
No, her core. No, beyond her core. Like, because the public fight that she's fighting right now, in the court of public opinion, is not her fan base. Her fan base is just bullies. It's the regular you and me who are hearing these things consistently. It's like, you know what? If there's smoke,
yeah. Because when we
fire,
talked about the Fashion Week fight, the throwing shoe, I feel like you thought Cardi was looking crazy, and maybe public perception was shifting in Nicki's favor. So is the pendulum swinging again?
No. Well, I mean, I just think throughout this whole thing, even beyond that, right? With Cardi, with the sales thing, right? She probably think, hey, I'm standing up for something like good or whatever. Everybody looks at it like you're being salty. I still look at it that she's being salty. So what I'm saying is that people aren't really buying whatever she's selling. And also the way she goes about putting these things across kind of generates conversation like this where we're saying she might be having a meltdown, a breakdown, all type of stuff. So the more she talks, it's not like the more we believe her.
Okay, I wonder
Let's see
what
how this pans out.
people think about it in general.
And we'll find out.
Let's see, what time is it? All right, we're running out of time. So real quick, shout out to Lil Yachty. So he's about to be starring in How High 2, which is pretty dope. This is premiering on MTV in 2019. And Quality Control, they're executive producing this because they're moving into film production now. So just a big move for the whole team. Just much love to them.
Well, in terms of that, I wasn't against seeing that because I seen the announcement on X page from Yachty. I'm not against it, but How High is a cult classic.
Legendary.
It's a cult classic, and I feel like if it's gonna be done, Method Man and Redman have to have something in there. They have to have something in there because when we talk about hip hop and like the foundation that's laid, without the How High song that they did in 94, 95, around probably when Yachty was born, this platform for this movie, part 2, the sequel, wouldn't even exist. So I hope that, because How High, the movie, came from them making the songs How High. So I hope that Method Man and Redman have something to do with this project.
I I'm a little, by the way, congratulations to Yachty, and even more congratulations to QC. They're winning so much. By the way, Coach K and P, they just got awarded Billboard Executives of the Year. By the way, if anybody want to get in the music industry and you just don't only want to be a rapper or producer, you want to get behind the scenes, executive, you got to follow these guys.
Right.
These guys are true hustlers. Now, to Yachty. Yachty don't even smoke. Like, Yachty has like this clean, pristine image. Like,
And that's so crazy you saying that
you get me?
shit.
Like, no, for real,
You should co-star in the movie with him.
No. Like it felt weird. I'm like, how high? 2?
Yo, I thought, you know who I thought they would have done it with? I thought they would have done it with Currency and Wiz.
That makes sense.
If they would have done it.
But Wiz had his own thing with
it's high
Snoop,
school,
right? Maybe
yeah.
that's why. But Currency makes perfect sense for
But
this.
I mean, and I feel like we might see one of them pop up in
Yeah.
it. The thing is that I feel like, you know, we
but maybe
always
he's
gotta
the
pay
straight edge one. It says he plays Roger. He's an entrepreneur and the younger brother of one of the protagonists from the original film. I don't know exactly the story. So maybe he's not actually even playing
one of their little brothers.
Yeah, so maybe he's not even really a stoner in the movie. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, I
We'll see.
know.
I mean, but like you said,
It's
congratulations
dope for
to
QC,
Yachty.
man. And it's an
No,
MTV
of course.
production, so they might really...
And by the way, no, it is interesting to see Yachty do this because Yachty, like, we saw he made the Forbes list, I believe, last year, the year before. One of the reasons is that he has this very clean, pristine image, and when you're starring in How High, you know what I mean? I think that gets a little bit foggy.
I mean, but it's film though. Like,
No pun intended.
Somebody let me get a cameo in How High.
yeah, it's
goddammit.
film though. Like, I don't think it would be.
That's 'cause you
You
just
all
want,
smoke weed. You guys
that's because
so
just want to go
trash.
to the set just to get free bud. Look at her.
Hey, listen, man.
All right, let's get at least one fan question in. All right, we're not gonna do the very long one today. We'll save it for tomorrow. You guys have been sending some very good and thoughtful questions, by the way. We
You
appreciate
talking about Bill Cosby?
Oh yeah, it's over for this guy finally. 3 to 10 years in Pennsylvania State Prison. He's been denied bail. Honestly, it felt like this might have never happened.
Yeah, I thought it would never happen too. I mean, I don't even think he's gonna live that long. Honestly.
Right, he would be 91. They said.
Yeah, I don't know
the
if Bill
sentence is
Cosby's gonna
finished.
live that long. The whole situation is unfortunate. You know what I mean? Because it ruins a bit of my perception of like Bill Cosby show raised me as a child. I wanted to live in a house with an upstairs and downstairs and have a good Christmas and have a dad like Bill Cosby
You find out
growing
one
up.
of your favorite entertainers is not a good
It's
person.
not a good I mean, that's just like, but that's why you got to take these entertainers as just entertainers and not people to actually lead you. And when Bill Cosby is playing that character, you got to fuck with the character, not the actual person. You know, but like I said, you know, it's unfortunate not just for him and what I perceive, but for the victim.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll leave it
I'm
at
glad
that.
that there's some justice.
Listen, all I can say is I hope justice was served. If he was guilty, that nigga guilty, bro. I can't have no sympathy. I'm sorry, I can't have no
Can
sympathy
you
like
imagine
that.
them having like a Judge Judy type of show?
He'd be like, pray.
Yo, no, I fuck with
For the defense.
Yeah, no, I fuck with like
Oh, man.
Cosby and like his career, but you know these are things that like I just couldn't even imagine or fathom. And again, if we got so many reports, and you know, a lot of the women who were coming out felt like they were either being silenced or they were just speaking up for nothing to happen. So glad you could see something come out of it. I don't know. I'm gonna look at the Cosby Show now.
Yeah, you got to do what Wayno
Nice
says.
side.
Try to separate the.
You got to separate the
character
entertainers from your moral values and
from
shit.
the person,
you know?
man.
Because at the end of the day, it's like all cartoons. Like, they're just,
We're all humans.
Right.
All very flawed people.
I wonder how he'll be seen like in the legacy-wise in comedy.
yeah, I don't know, man.
Let's give it a few years. We'll see, right? What the conversation is.
Yeah. We got a fan question so we can leave on a night.
Oh yeah, we gotta leave on. Let's pick a. You like the Kendrick Cole one, right?
Yeah,
All right. So this question is, who do you think would have the better collaboration album, Kendrick and Cole or Drake and Wayne? Conveniently enough, we have heard these two sets of people collaborate before, so we have some information to work with here.
I
You
would
wanna go
say,
first?
yeah, I would say Kendrick and Cole for me. Just because I like their music in a certain context. Like, Wayne and Drake make great music, but their music doesn't, damn, I could be wrong saying this, but it doesn't really affect me
Hell
emotionally.
Yeah Fucking Right was probably one of my.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like their music, like Kendrick
more
and
fun.
Cole. Yeah, they can make fun music. They can make you dance, have a good time, but they can also give you something that can make you think. That's what I like in terms of music. So I would go with Kendrick and Cole. Of course, Drake and Wayne. they never missed on anything they really collabed on.
Yeah.
But I would go with Kendrick and Cole over Drake and Wayne.
All right, Ak, what do you think?
You know what he thinks.
I know, right? I don't even
ask
know why
me?
I'm even
Yeah,
asking
you
you
know
this
what he
question.
Drizzy and Weezy.
Drizzy and Drizzy.
I've been waiting for the Drake
×2.
versus Wayne Part 2 tour to happen.
I missed the first one.
Yeah, I missed the first one too. And also, I love their collabs. You know why? They're from, it feels like opposite sides of like just life. Like where, at least what we thought about Drake. I mean, apparently now, Drake a mobster out here. But anyway, like he was the emotional, soft, from a different upbringing type of guy, and Wayne was a street guy who saw a different side of life. When they rapped together and shit, they were trading bars back and forth, even back to like 07 or whatever it was when Ransom came out, right? I like that. So again, I would love, of course, to collab with them. And I think both of them are just bona fide hit makers who just know how to body everything. Yeah. Not that Cole and Kendrick don't. There's no wrong answer.
Yeah, there's no, I mean,
Cole and Kendrick try to fuck with us sometimes, though.
They try to fuck with us.
They'll drop a track together and Kendrick will be singing on the hook.
And they just disappear, right? They
Yeah.
both just disappear.
Tease that
but
joint project
like
for
I can agree with Act there too, because I feel like them doing something together would just be so many massive like hit records, and you're gonna get a lot of good rapping on there too. It's not just gonna be like party songs.
That I want a double album for. Side A, that's a little bit more Wayne dominated, and side B, that's a little bit more.
It's like you can't, you know why the double album shit doesn't really matter anymore? Because it's like when you used to get a double album when it was a CD, it was actually a double album when you got it, once you finish this one, you got to take out the other one.
Yeah.
When you open it in Apple Music, it's just one long ass track list. So it's like, you don't even have a feel of that. Like
Where the
it's just,
separation is.
there's no separation. It's just long, like, is there really a side A and side B? Like you don't really feel like that. It's just like, okay, more records.
Yeah.
But,
a Drake and Wayne tour, though, part 2 would be really amazing. Now I has been thinking about that. I was really sad I missed that tour because it was like I've seen like so many shows that are
You get one ticket.
This was
Drake and Wayne or Cole and Kendrick.
You're such an asshole. Why
You're
would
a Cole stan.
I would have to take the Drake and Wayne one. I've seen Cole. I've seen
fan.
almost every.
Cole, she's off
cut
the
it out. I've
bandwagon.
seen almost
It's
every
over.
single show J. Cole has ever done, at least
for
on
real?
the East Coast. Dollar in the Dream, all of that.
Yeah,
I've been there.
I wish I went to those.
He could give me a pass one time.
For me, you know, it's crazy. Like, Drake is a really, really good performer. I've never seen Wayne perform live. Like, I've never seen him live, but I've seen Drake live. He's really good. I've seen Cole. Have I seen Cole? I seen Cole when Drake brought him out at the Summer 16 tour.
I seen Wayne when Drake brought him out.
Yeah.
And it was like watching a Billy goat hop out on stage.
But
it felt like greatness. I was like, oh shit, that's like the best rapper ever.
Kendrick live is insane. Just from the like his production that he has, and also like he's an MC, yo. Like he's a real MC. So that's a tough. I ain't gonna lie. That's a tough.
Wayne
ticket
is
to
definitely the
pick.
one I've seen the least. Cole, of course, the most.
Yeah, I've never seen one.
Drake, Kendrick, maybe
ever.
tied around the same spot somewhere.
Listen, man, Drake Wayne Tour 2019. I am so ready. So ready.
Look at him. Of course. He's swooned.
I'm still waiting for a ticket to this Aubrey Migos tour.
All right,
but I'll
and
buy
now
a
we're
ticket to
wrapping
Drake
this
and
show.
Right.
That's your boy and you can't get a ticket. Come on. All right, you
I
guys.
don't want to DM him asking him, man.
Thank you guys for
Like, miss
tuning in
100% of
to
his
Everyday
shots that you
Struggle.
Because I can't roast him afterwards. He's going to be like, nigga, I gave you tickets, bruh.
You could roast a live performance, Ak. Be creative. Anyway, keep sending us your great fan questions. We got a lot more for you guys tomorrow that we're gonna hit.
We need a studio tour from Wayne. That shit was amazing. Like the skate from he walked into the skate park to the studio.
Hey, Ak, anything just cool to you? Like everything seems amazing.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's because he doesn't leave the crib. He just comes
Where have
here.
y'all ever seen a skate park
Yo,
connected to a studio, connected to like a
Akademiks.
luxury mansion?
If Everyday Struggle survives till 2019, we got to take you out into the world. We
But
do.
Ak could actually
We
go. He
do.
just won't. Like you could probably.
Last year it was not safe for him.
I have been
This year it's
a
good.
bunch of places. I'm just
I'm
saying.
saying Wayne's studio. You could probably
studio
go
was-
to Wayne's studio and you wouldn't. Like if they
How the
emailed
fuck
him
would I
right
go
now,
to-
like, yo, Academics, we want you to come down and
He's like,
hear the whole album.
I
He's
gotta
like,
do a YouTube
I'm not
video
going
in
to
15 minutes. Sorry, I
He'd
can't.
be like,
It's
I'm
gonna take me
I'm
all
not going
day.
to see these niggas. Are you
Hold
crazy?
on, man. Don't listen to these clowns, y'all. All right? When Kanye invited me to Wyoming, I was like, what the fuck is in Wyoming?
Exactly.
Of course I ain't go, but
So it's
Wayne?
a perfect. Okay. All right, y'all. We'll see.
We out there.
Same time
Yo, we
tomorrow.
out
Oh yeah,
there.
guys. New time. 11:30. We're not being late
11:30.
every day. 11:30 a.m. Monday to Friday on Complex Original. See you guys tomorrow.